So, for those of you that may not be familiar with me, I am Dr. Felicia, physiotherapist and certified health coach. And I teach busy millennial women how to have better eating habits and better movement habits today so that they can enjoy a fabulous future, okay? Because nobody wants to be all broken down and can't move. We want to be able to dance, okay? And dancing is what we're going to be talking about partially tonight, okay? All right, so let's see a little bit about me. I have been a physiotherapist, a registered physiotherapist here in the Bahamas for 9 years. I've been in private practice for 5 years. Okay. And let's see, I have been running a successful private practice over on Mackey Street, in the Mackey Street Plaza called Adderley Physiotherapy. And that is where I have been helping hundreds of patients over the last 5 years reach their physiotherapy goals. So now that I have transitioned into some health coaching as well, I have now been able to help persons reach their general health and wellness goals also. So it opens it up and I'm able to help more people. So not just with injury or physical impairment. Now we're able to work on things basically before they get to the point that maybe they're injured, where it's something that it could have been avoided. So helping persons with things like weight loss, helping persons also with things like stress management. So, it kind of runs the gamut. There's quite a bit that health coaches can do and quite a few ways in which we are able to help others. All right. Let's see. I do hold several certifications. One is as a certified lymphedema therapist. I've taken several continuing education courses. I believe education is very important. And those courses are in things like cancer rehabilitation as well as hand therapy. Okay, so I have a lot of interests. I just do enjoy being able to help people, so I like having a lot of skills with which to do that. But that's enough about me. All right, so we do have a special guest this evening. We are being joined by Mariano Martinez. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get Mariano into the stream here. All right, and then I'm going to just give you a little bit of background. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get Mariano into the stream here. All right, and then I'm going to just give you a little bit of background. Okay, so Mariano, are you able to turn down one of your devices? Because I know that there's some
You can
feedback, I
hear.
think.
Okay, perfect. Let me turn it.
I could hear myself
That's
talking,
the
but
one
I
on
don't hear it
Instagram.
anymore.
All
I
right.
think it might be good now because now I don't hear the feedback. So that is perfect. I'm also going to go ahead and put you into the Instagram stream so the people can see you on Instagram and on Facebook.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Yeah, you sound loud and clear to me, so I hope that
All right.
everybody can
Cool.
hear us both. There you
Let me
go.
adjust.
Just a slight.
Do
There you go.
an adjustment here. Give me 1 second. All right. How am I showing up?
You
Am I
showing
showing
up.
up
You
as my
showing up
best
in the
self?
world. Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah. You showing up as
right.
your best self in the world. Okay, showing up as your
All
best self
right.
here on the stream. I'm excellent.
All
How
right.
are you?
Perfect. I'm doing great. Doing great. First and foremost, you're in the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
This is
I'm
wonderful. I did
in the
not know you're in the
Bahamas.
Bahamas.
I'm in the Bahamas. Isn't the world like I just love like how the world has been made so much smaller
Smaller.
by
Okay.
the internet. I love it.
Yes.
I really, really love
Technology.
it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Likewise.
love it. I have to say, you meet so many interesting people, and as I was kind of reading about you online and reading your bio, and I'm going to share a little bit of it with everyone now. I just found you to be such an interesting person. Like, it's so many interesting people in the world, and I'm so
Thank you.
glad to be able. Yeah, you're welcome to be able to meet people like yourself, and to be able to just also introduce you to my audience and to people that may otherwise have not been exposed to you. So here's a little bit about Mariano, y'all. Okay, and am I pronouncing your name correctly? Mariano
Yes.
Martinez. I got
Yes.
it? All right.
Yes. Got it. You
I
got it.
got it. All right, awesome. Let's see. So Mariano is Brooklyn born. Mariano Martinez, also known as at Mariano underscore I underscore am, if you want to get him on Instagram.
Instagram.
All right. Mariano first got his taste of dance while battling and freestyling on the streets of well-known Himalayas at Coney Island's Astroland Park, When I read that, I was like, oh, like you got served. That's all I have in my
Hmm.
mind. I was like, oh,
Just
it's
like
like
that.
you got served. All right, which is a movie I don't know if anybody else likes You Got Served, but yeah, throw it in the comments if you liked You Got Served. We love an interactive audience here. All
Yes.
right, so after winning several battles, he decided to try his hand at choreography. Putting his Caribbean background to use, Mariano is not only well versed in hip hop, he also puts his knowledge of salsa, African house, bachata, dancehall, punta, soca, and street jazz to great use. Very versatile, allowing him to teach internationally. Okay. And Mariano's work has been seen on Good Morning America, Fox 5 News, and as far out as Central America and Korea, and now the Bahamas. All right.
Hey,
All
yes.
right. Doing your thing, doing your thing. So thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
gracing us with your presence. And of
Oh,
course, we do have some
absolutely.
of our guests are welcoming you here. Some of our guests here in the Bahamas are welcoming you
Thank you.
here.
Thank you
If you
very
could
much.
see the Facebook comments, and you got a comment here, someone says, "Yeah, get him on that." Some family support. That's the family support. You gotta love it.
Hey,
So
perfect.
Mariano is currently head choreographer for J Dove Dance Academy, a free dance academy open to all New York City youth. How cool is that? He also
Yes.
serves as CEO or president of J Dove Productions, a special events choreography company. His dance training and tools range from well known choreographers at Broadway Dance Center, Each One Teach One, and Steps on Broadway. Taking his skills to the next level, Mariano's future goals include touring, dancing, and choreographing for well known artists. So, before we jump in with Mariano, I did just want to mention that anything that we discuss in this broadcast this evening is not to be taken as medical advice. We don't know anybody's specific medical situation. So, we're just providing information. We're having a conversation. We just want to open up your eyes to some different types of lifestyles, some things that may be a little bit healthier maybe than what you're doing right now. For persons that want to take that step to take their health in hand, we just want to expose you to another option, another way of eating, another way of life, right? So, Mariano,
Yes.
tell us
Yes.
about
Dr.
your
Felicia.
heritage. And where are you right now? Where are you based right now? You're still in Brooklyn?
I'm in New York. I'm in the Bronx right now.
You're in the
Bronx, New
Bronx.
York.
Okay.
Yes. Bronx, New York.
Cool.
So I'm part of the Garifuna culture. So, and
Mm-hmm.
Garifunas are African and Arawak. We're originally from St. Vincent. We're a mixture and this mixture happened in St. Vincent. So we're originally from St. Vincent, but back in the 1797, the British came in. They wanted more land. They wanted our territory. They fought with us and killed our last king, Joseph Chatoya. So we had to leave St. Vincent, and we ended up in Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, and Nicaragua. So that is, yeah. And we're there. We learned Spanish and stuff like that. The ones who are in Honduras, Honduras, Guatemala, and Nicaragua learn Spanish. Some of the Belizeans learn Spanish, not all.
That's so interesting. Like that's just
Yes.
such a mix. And when I saw Caribbean in there, I was like, oh, I need to learn more about that. I'm like, just exactly how did that get in there?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yes, but definitely we all have that in common then because then with the Arawak Indians, of course,
Yes.
the Arawak Indians were here. That's a part of our history
Hmm.
as well. They were
Yep.
brought here, but as you said, they were unfortunately killed out
Hmm.
as the
As the
story of
story
history
goes.
goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
so but we definitely share that as a bit of shared history.
Yeah.
So that
We
is
we
very interesting.
we made sure to we decided not to become slaves, quote unquote. So that's why we had to leave.
You have to dip.
Yeah, we had to dip. Like we're
You
not
have to
having
dip.
it.
No, no, no.
We're not having
I'm feeling it. I feel you on that one for
it.
sure, for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Y'all keep throwing up those hearts for us so that more persons can be informed of the
Yes.
broadcast. I
Yes.
see that
Yes.
TJ says that he's your second hand in
Yes.
the
And
in JDove, right? I was
yes, and Jada.
wondering, yeah, I was wondering. So, like, where did the name JDove Productions actually come from?
Good question. Okay, so the dove, a friend of mine gave me this name actually. The dove represents a messenger of peace, prosperity, hope, future. And a lot of people know me as Junie or Junior because I have my father's name. So J Dove, and then we added the productions to it. J Dove
That's
Productions.
perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, I kind of wondered. I always wonder about names. Like, what's in a name? Why did a person choose that specific name for their
Mm,
business? What's the meaning behind it?
mm.
So very, very interesting. So talk to us some more about the business and how you got started. Yes, for sure.
Yes. So the business, what we do is we provide quince and sweet 16 choreography to all of our clients. We add in self-esteem, youth empowerment, all while removing the stress and the overwhelm from our clients. A lot of this can be very stressful, but we take on the stress and we make sure the client's vision comes to life. Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect.
yeah.
That's key with any event planning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really being able to
And we
execute and bring it to life.
to bring it to life, yes. And we plan from, I would say we plan from a choreographic perspective. So anything having to do with their entrance, what they're gonna perform, how which direction they're gonna face, how they're gonna entertain the audience, how they're gonna get back off the dance floor. We do all of that.
Wow. It really is a
Clowns,
production.
anything on shoes. It's a production. It's a huge
It
production. I
really is.
call it,
It really is a production.
for those for those who don't know what it is, like a quince and a sweet 16, I call it a big wedding without the I do for 15 and 16-year-old girls.
Okay, it's kind of like how we do it with christenings here in the Bahamas. Now everybody
Mm-hmm.
like dresses alike, and it's a thing. It kind of reminds me a lot of weddings now. Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you should have seen me trying to spell quinceañera last night. I was like, now look. Now look, now I think I'm messing this up somewhere. Got it's supposed to be a teal day or something up in here. I was like, oh Lord, I think I'm messing this up. But yeah, like
Oh
so I
Lord.
saw that you do the sweets. So these are like basically like sweet 16s. I saw elegant 18s
Mm-hmm.
when I was checking out your website.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, you do weddings also, don't you?
We also do weddings, yes.
Uh-huh.
So if
That
any
is really
bride and groom,
exciting.
yeah, we're working with a couple now to set their first dance as a bride and groom. But if anyone
Wow.
wants us to work with their bridesmaids and groomsmen, we do that as well.
That is really so interesting. So I think this is a good spot. I have a little video clip here, and so what I'm going to do is to share my screen. And so the persons on Facebook will see. I'm not high tech enough to know if there's a way to do that on
We do
Instagram.
Instagram.
So I don't know of a way to put a video clip in on Instagram, but I know I'm sure I can do it over here on Facebook. So I'm about to share my screen and just show just a few seconds
Okay.
of one of your dances that you
Mm-hmm.
choreographed. Let's
Let me
see.
see what TJ's saying over here.
Yeah, you can catch some of those contents. Yeah, he had quite a little paragraph there.
Yes,
Let's see
yes,
what
I
he
love it.
said.
I love it. He's absolutely correct. He's on point.
Oh, perfect. All right. So let's see. Okay, so Facebook, let me know. Facebook land. Are you seeing this, Mariano?
Yes, I can see
Because
it.
now I can't see the comments. All right,
I can
so
see it. And TJ is actually in that video. Oh, that transition.
all right. All right, because I could literally sit here and watch the entire thing.
That's okay.
But I just wanted to give our audience
Yeah.
a taste.
Yes.
All right. We're back and you can see us now.
Yes. And for the audience, if you didn't hear it, you can watch any of those videos on our YouTube channel, which is
Drop the
the same
YouTube.
thing, Jada Productions on YouTube. You'll find
Yes, I thought it was
everything that we do.
really. Yeah, I thought it was, and that was just such. I love that one that you sent. I
Thank
love
you.
that one. I
Thank
was
you
like,
so
oh,
much.
look at the girl. I thought the girls crushed the guys, so I was like,
Hey.
oh, the girls look professional. I was like, the hair flip. I was like, oh, now hold on. I was like, I thought they
The
did. I
girls, yeah,
thought the girls.
they did their thing. They did their
Yeah,
thing.
I thought they
Mhm.
was on point. So that's J Dove. Let's see. Deidre is asking if trying to get the correct. It's J Dove. I'm gonna drop it.
Dove. Yes.
Dove, like the
Dove,
bird.
like the bird. Exactly. J Dub.
So J Dove Production. So I went ahead and I
Okay.
dropped it in the chat. Yeah. So definitely check it out. So of course I'm gonna also let you know where to find Mariano online so that you can follow his page and all of that and keep up with what he's doing. Um, so I let me ask a little bit more because didn't I see you also
Yes.
doing? I see that you have a clothing line. What else you have going on? You got the clothing line. I think I saw you doing some planners.
Yes.
What else you got going on? Because don't be over there trying to be
So,
modest like you ain't got nothing much going on. Like I know you got it going on.
thank you. So, with JW Productions, we have also at JW Apparel, where anyone can go on there and shop. You can go to jwapparel.com to shop for any of the apparel that we have. We have some of the hoodies here. We're coming out with a lot more stuff as well. And in the link in the bio for JW Productions on Instagram, you'll find our planners. If you want to book a consultation with us, we do that as well. If you want to get on our mailing list so that we can send you information and things like that, and all of new things coming up within the industry and things like that, you can always do that. Yes. So
Awesome.
yes,
Awesome.
yes, yes.
And did you mention how long you had been doing this?
Ooh, I haven't. I started my first choreography, and it's interesting because it all runs right back to TJ. I started my first choreography in 1999 doing quinceañeras, Sweet 16 actually. It was actually for TJ's mother, who's my cousin.
Oh,
Hmm.
so TJ has been with you. TJ been with you since the beginning then? TJ already said he's the right hand. He's been here since the beginning.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yes, yes. He
That
started
is
off,
awesome.
and he tells his story all the time. He started off as one of the shy ones, introverted, within a Sweet 16 that we were doing for one of my nieces, his cousin. And then like he just really blossomed and realized that dance is a part of him. And he began to study dance and came into the academy and just continued to grow more and more.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's quite a story.
yeah.
DG says, "Wow, that's a long time." Yeah, that's a good while. Sometimes I wonder, like, you wonder if you could do something for that length of time.
Time.
And yeah, it's
I
like
love it. I love it. Yeah,
yeah.
I love it.
That's what I figured. You
Love
must. And I mean,
it.
look at even the growth of your company. And
Thank
very
you.
interesting that I think, and I honestly I do love business and I love people in business.
Mm,
And it's so interesting to see that you didn't force this. Like it literally just came. It seems the way that you're telling the story that it came to you.
hmm.
Like, like you didn't say, well, you know what, I think I'm gonna start an events and choreography company. No, it
No, not at all. This whole thing
yeah.
it started off as a hobby. Then
Mhm.
I realized two things. Well, I realized I can you do it as a business, and then I realized another thing is that I'm doing what I love, which was empowering the youth. So that just was like whew, perfect.
Yeah, I love that part where you're able to like give back in that way and give the free classes. I just think that is amazing. Let's
Thank
see.
you.
Live Love Erlin says that Mariano is the best and that he has done all of her, I think so. Her,
Hmm.
his
Her,
family's sweet
her from
16, her family's sweet 16. Oh,
yeah.
I just love that. I
Thank
just
you.
love it.
Thank
All right, like I could literally sit here and just talk about Jada Productions all night.
thank
But
you. I appreciate you.
let's I just love it. I love it. All right, but let's talk a little bit about like because this is really how we ended up connecting.
Hmm.
With you being pescatarian, we ended up kind of getting into a conversation about that. And what is it that actually made you want to explore being pescatarian in the first place?
So I will say I what is it? fluctuate between pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian. So I'm in, in that area. Uh,
Hmm.
but I did want to just, it was a feeling for me to stop eating meat. So I slowed down with the meat intake to only chicken and turkey, right? And then after that, it was like something was just like, no, you got to stop. And I'm like, why? But I was like, all right. Um, so then I forgot who I was watching. I forget the guy's name, but it was a 7-day vegan challenge. And so from that 7-day vegan challenge, I said, let's see if I can do this for 7 days, not eat meat for 7 days, right? So I said to myself, okay, we could do this. First day was like, Second day, oh my gosh. Third, I was like, oh. But by the fourth day, I began to like research restaurants that only sold like pescatarian food, vegan food, stuff like that, and I found them. And when I tasted those, I was like, whoa. So there is a way to still get the taste and eat healthier. So,
Hmm.
and that challenge was almost 4 years ago, and I haven't been back. I have not gone back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people, and a lot of times we feel like it's going to be so much harder to let go of these things than it actually
Right,
is.
right. And it's
Because it seems like, oh my God, like a life without like steak and
mhm,
but you get sometimes to a point where it's like it doesn't even look appetizing to you anymore. You don't even
anymore.
want it anymore.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you don't even want it anymore.
And
Yeah,
that's the
so
thing with me. Like it wasn't even like I don't crave for it. I don't want it. It's and that's even weird. Like I said, where it started, where it was like there was just this feeling to stop eating meat and this desire to just stop eating meat, and everything just started falling into place. And yeah,
hmm, I
yeah.
think when you make up your mind too, it's different when you make up your mind. It's a completely different feeling, and the resolve is different. DG is saying that it's hard. So DG, so DG, by the way, I
Did
do
you cry?
run. DG, yeah, DG Pratt says it's hard. Rain has a different opinion. Rain says that it's not hard at all, at least
Yeah,
not for her.
right.
But like I said, I think we're just at all in different places on our like health and wellness journey. And it's at one point, no, it's not easy, and it feels like you can't do it until you can,
Mm-hmm. Until you can.
and you
Yeah,
do. Yeah,
yeah.
and you can and you do. So yeah, and Deidre for sure, like make sure if you don't already follow at Adderley Physio or follow me here on Facebook that you do so. We do run challenges. I had a challenge in January, and I'll be doing another one in March. In March, it's going to be the one small change. It's going to be the one small change
Mm,
challenge. So it's going to involve, yeah, every week you make some change and some effort towards your health. So make sure that you all kind of stick with me and stick around for that, because we're really trying to make the world a healthier place. All right. So it starts with us. It's really
exactly.
important. Health is important, because the quality of life that we have, we want to be here. Like, I want to be dancing now. Mariano, I know you want to be dancing.
For the rest of my life,
I,
yes.
yeah, like we don't want to be all crammed up. We got arthritis,
For
like we want to be able to move. Okay, but
yes.
it starts now. You can't wait until you get the arthritis and then be like, "Oh, I need to do something about my health," which is why, when I started looking at being a health coach, I realized like I was really, as a therapist, only they were only coming to me after they were injured, after they had arthritis, after they had like destroyed their bodies.
Their bodies, yeah.
Or yeah, like in some cases, what's so sad is that it was preventable. Sometimes it's just things like being overweight. Sometimes it's just poor diet, that just takes us and just we just destroy our own health. But what I would really love to do is to be able to reach more people
Hmm.
so when they're younger, so that they can understand that they can make the change today, and as a result have a healthier and brighter future, and actually be able to do things, be able to travel,
To travel, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Events and stuff like that. Don't mean to cut
travel
you
and
off.
go right ahead.
But like, so my philosophy, there's two things. One, I have an aunt who She's in a wheelchair now. She's older.
Mm.
She's older. She's in a wheelchair, and basically, so it's her legs. She can't really. She doesn't have the strength. This and that, all this other stuff. And the doctors have like had her cut back on meat, had her cut back on salt, sugar, things like that, right? So I'm saying to myself, and I even, with my cousins, I even asked them if when I get older, the doctors are going to tell me to stop eating certain things because it's not good for me. Now, why don't I just stop now? Why do I have to wait for the doctor to tell me that this is no longer good for me? Which means it was not good for me from the beginning.
You
That's
got
how I
it.
look. Yeah,
You got it. You've captured it perfectly. And I'm even happy to hear that the doctor said something, because so
hmm
many times, it's just here, take this pill. So it's even heartwarming to
harder.
hear that
Yeah,
at least, yeah, at least someone is saying, well, you know what? Let's make some, and like, let food be your medicine. Let food be your medicine. Use it to heal your body from the inside out. Like, even when you like study up and read up and research on things like chronic inflammation.
yeah,
Chronic inflammation contributes to obesity, it
yeah,
contributes to pain, it
yeah,
contributes to the development of cancer and
yeah.
diabetes. So it's kind of like, you don't want inflammation to stay in the body, but then it's certain foods that's causing this inflammation. A lot of the stuff that people love to eat, fried food and all of that, it's no good for us,
It's not
right?
good for us. It
Yeah,
is
it
not
just
good
it
for us.
tastes good, but it's not good for
It's
you,
not good
right?
for us.
So yeah, you've captured it. You've captured it
Thank you.
perfectly.
I
And like,
also go ahead.
go right ahead. This is your show, by the way. Go ahead.
Right, this
This is your show. This is about you
I,
tonight. Go ahead.
I also say another thing, right? As we're younger, is to think about a car, think about a truck, for example. A brand new truck, you can load it with bricks, you can load it with different things, right? And it's gonna run pretty fast. It's gonna still run up to par up to speed and stuff like that. But after years of doing that with that truck, if you want that truck to last, you got to start taking off the weight, right? You got to start taking off the bricks, whatever is loading that truck. And what meat does to your body is causing your body to run the engines that much faster, right? It has to burn, it has to, get everything out of your system and all that stuff like that. So the less meat or the no meat that you put in your body, the easier your body, which is your car, can run.
I love that. I love that analogy. That is really, that's you've put it well. I don't even have to
Thank
like
you.
go back over that. You put that well. I might actually start using that. Like, I like
Hey,
that. That's
I
how
told
much
you.
I like it. All right. So, how would you say then, like, your decision to be pescatarian, how has it impacted like your health and your life? Like, how do you feel now as opposed to 4 years ago when you were still eating meat?
You know what? I feel lighter now. I feel like I can think clearer now. Which some people don't believe that, but I feel like I can think clearer now. A lot of things that I that were somewhat difficult to me for me back then is like easy for me now. So it has also increased my, what is it called? I forget the word. It's like my brain power. But there's another word for it.
The
I
word
forget what it is.
acuity comes to mind, but I
Right.
don't know if that's the one you're looking for.
Acuity,
But like you're really sharp, really clear,
sharper, clearer,
focused.
but my resistance to
Mm,
like, I can, if people can be around me eating meat, I don't want it. Like, so it's increased my ability to refrain, or my ability to make better
like
decisions and
willpower. Hmm.
willpower. That's what I was
Hmm.
looking for. It's increased my
Hmm.
willpower. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm on a journey myself,
hmm
and see what really we started like really kind of discussing like veganism towards the end of last year,
Okay.
on my social accounts. So the
Yes,
the
I'm on
health
this at the
coaching
moment.
is a Yeah, it's right. It's a journey. It's a journey for me too. I'm gonna catch some of these comments in a minute. We got
Yeah.
a couple of interesting comments on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But what I'm finding too, I'm kind of like when I see like red meat now, like I'm kind of turning my nose up, like,
Yeah. I try not to be judgmental, but I'm like,
like I could be not on somebody's plate, but like just if I even if I just see it like on TV or like a cooking
Mm-hmm.
account on Instagram, I'm just kind of like it's not like, oh, that looks good, like it's bacon, and I'm like, like
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
not it's not
Mm-hmm.
really it's not really moving me like that at this point. We did a 21-day challenge last month. It was just a 21-day healthy eating challenge, and there wasn't really most of the days there was no meat at all
Okay.
in the meal plan, and it was like, like you said, like at first the first couple of days it's like, I'm kind of hungry. The first couple of days it was like, really finding that determination to kind of stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like after like the first week, it was just kind of like, and then you found some of the meals that you really, really liked.
Like.
And, you start to kind of tweak them and make them your own. And it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of like this. And I've been able to, really keep it going because it's like I have to. For me, like I'm a person, I gotta walk it like I talk it, and I gotta practice
Mhm.
what I preach. Like I can't tell someone else to
Likewise.
get healthy, and I'm like doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So let me catch, but that was just a little something I wanted to share. Let's see. We got a couple of comments here on Facebook that I will just read out. Let's see. A couple of persons are saying that they used to do salsa classes.
Nice.
Mariana, you do anything online?
You know
Your
what?
any of your classes?
Need to get back online. We had some classes online when the pandemic started, but we need to get back online.
That
Anybody
would be,
interested? Let me know in the chat who's
yeah.
interested.
That just
We can
came to me.
definitely
Like
make
I
that
said, always thinking business.
happen.
So
Yeah, that's
online,
good.
we over here in
That
the
works.
Bahamas, but we would still rock with you,
Love it.
Mariano. So let's see. Yeah, Rain says good reasoning. That was on the car analogy, I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
DG says inflammation in the leg. Yeah, inflammation. When you talk about inflammation, it's systemic. It can be all through when it becomes like chronic inflammation. But inflammation, like let's say acute inflammation, could be from something like post surgically. People tend to have a lot of swelling, but I'm finding that some people have it like really, really linger. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to a lot of my patients right now. It's like you're still swollen from like 2-3 months ago you had the surgery. This is a lot of swelling and we're doing everything. So it's kind of like maybe consider making these changes in your diet, cut out this and this week, and then see if your pain gets better and all those things. Of course, salt is going to cause you to retain more fluid and all of that. So these
Mm-hmm.
are these are things that we got to consider. Like we can't continue to ignore nutrition as a part of our overall like recovery and well-being. We just can't. It doesn't work that way. And we got to heal our bodies from the inside out.
Inside out.
uh from the inside out. It's not just what we do on the outside. It's like someone said, you can't be going to the gym every day, pumping iron and deadlifting and all this stuff, and then you're going to
Uh-huh.
McDonald's. Like the
Right after.
results are not going to be the
Yeah,
same.
right.
The
Exactly.
results it's not going to
Exactly.
be. No,
Exactly.
it's not gonna be it. Let's see. Deidre says, "Oh wow." Deidre says, "What about fish?" So
Fish.
Deidre, fish
Mm-hmm.
is allowed because now it depends. That's why we're talking about some of these different lifestyles. So you got like fully vegan or vegetarian, which is no meat whatsoever. Then you
Or
have
dairy products.
persons like Mariano that has fish as a part of their diet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and I encourage it as kind of like even a step down for persons that want to go vegan, but like some persons in here are saying it's hard. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to cut out the meat for some people, just cold turkey. So, what I would say then, reduce, cut back. Maybe you do start off by being pescatarian. Maybe it's kind of like, well, okay, like where I'm at, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep like you were at first. I'm gonna keep chicken and turkey and
Mm-hmm.
fish,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna
Oh,
too much mess with like the pork and the
yeah,
red meat and the
right,
steak. Yeah,
right, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So for me, it's kind of like let me just get rid of some stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
would say some of the definitely like the red meat. I can just let that go first, and then like kind of keep going from there. So Deidre, if a person is pescatarian, then their fish is still a part of their diet.
Part of diet. Mm-hmm.
Keep reading though, because like vegans, like hardcore vegans, are like, mercury is in there.
Right, yeah, it's
Uh-uh,
like
that's not
method.
good. Do you know
Yeah.
what's in the fish? Do you see these worms that's in your colon? I be like, they be
Yeah.
hardcore, like, But hey, in my opinion, if you can start, you start somewhere. Just
Start
start.
somewhere. Yeah. start
start,
somewhere.
like, I'm not knocking anybody
Hmm.
if they trying to be healthier. It's a process. It's a
Yeah, it is a
process.
process. And even with me, like even like fish, I cut down as well. I eat a lot more greens, a lot more lentils, a lot more garbanzos, things like that. You know, anything that's gonna still put protein into my body, um, but not be meat. So even fish,
Mhm.
sometimes I'm like, I don't even want that. So,
Not as much.
but it's like, yeah.
Mhm. It's a balance. It's a
Hmm.
balance because we still want to have the proper nutrition. So I'm like just kind of continuing on in my journey, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need me some of this nutritional. The nutritional yeast. I got to get me some nutritional yeast,
Correct.
so I can like start cutting back on. Because one thing that I'll admit, I'll be transparent and say what would be hard for me would be cheese. I've been off dairy milk for years.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I've
Right.
started, yeah, I started like even in cooking, I could like sub in some almond milk, and I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. So I've been able to get rid of dairy creamer this year.
Mm.
Because they're coming out with, and although we're here in the Bahamas, Mariana, we don't have all of the options at the grocery store that you do in the
Okay.
States. So not everything is easy to find.
Hmm.
And when we find it, it's really expensive. So it's kind of been like, okay, let me kind of start beefing up. But we're starting to see more and more. So I was really happy when I found like this Starbucks non-dairy creamer. And I was happy to pick that up and then kind of substitute that in. But it's a process. For me, the hard thing would be not the other dairy stuff, but cheese would be hard for me, and the nutritional yeast is like kind of like a little substitute for flavor, and it adds some
Yes.
nutrients, and then it's kind of like supposed to be kind of like a cheese kind of substitute, I guess, in your pasta and stuff. So I'm willing to try it, and I'm gonna just kind of keep going and bit by bit, and I'm just gonna take
Absolutely.
everybody along the journey with me, right? uh Rain says that she has a lot more energy since giving up meat. And let's see, but Cipriana, see, we've got in health coaching, we call this like ambivalence. It's the two sides of the coin,
Coin.
a
Uh-huh.
reason to change and a reason to stay the same.
Hmm.
So Rain says she has a lot more energy. Cipriana says willpower is not easy and it's hard to turn away from meat. And they're both right.
They are both
Okay.
right. They
Rain
are both
says
right.
this is the
Yes.
two sides of the coin. Rain
Coin.
says I've
Hmm.
gotten rid of all meat. Cipriana, this is classic. Cipriana says healthy living is costly. This is classic right here. Deidre
And she's
says
right.
Starbucks Cuba is so good. They're all right.
They're
They're
all right.
all
Yeah.
correct. They're
Yeah.
all correct. But
Yeah.
this is the struggle that people go with really
Hmm.
trying to find the motivation to change and lead
Hmm.
healthier lives. And people like me, we're here to help. Okay, so if anybody does need to like enlist my service for any health coaching to kind of help you along the journey, or if you just want to follow my channel and get tips and tricks and all of that good stuff to kind of help you out, or if you just want to follow my journey as I'm making changes and continuing to improve my health also, then of course please do be sure to give my pages a follow at Adderley Physio on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So, Mariano, I also want to know, um,
Yes.
and of course, when we have interesting conversations like this, we easily run to an hour. Like you can see,
Right. You. I'm like. Yeah.
we
It don't seem
easily
like
run to an hour, easily.
it.
So let's see. So I wanted to find out from you, like, what are your favorite dishes to eat? Like you mentioned, like finding some of these vegan restaurants, in your locale. What are things that you like to eat, whether it's from those restaurants, or whether it's something that you like to prepare for yourself? What do you like to eat? What do you eat in an average day as a pescatarian?
I love avocados.
Mm,
I love avocados. I love fruit. Um, there's my sister who is also like has jumped onto the vegan train. Um, she can make some vegan fried chicken, which is mushrooms, battered, double battered. Anyway,
just the mere thought
yes, just
has
the
you
red sauce.
gone. Yeah.
And it's like so. So those are the things that I love to eat. Lentils, like I said, garbanzos, which and the garbanzos. Well, roti is made with like split peas, but if you
Mm.
kind of crush some of the garbanzo and kind of you can still kind of make it like a what you put into roti. So yeah, yeah. tastes so good.
Mm. Yeah.
Tastes so We
Okay.
have
Yeah.
this,
Good stuff.
and
Good stuff.
then yellow, green bananas, um, yellow boiled bananas as well, plantain, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Wait, how do you say it? How do you pronounce it?
Which one, plantain or yellow
Yeah.
bananas?
Okay. Yeah. You say it like we say it, not like,
Yeah.
it'd be like when I went to school in Erie, Pennsylvania to college.
Uh-huh.
And so, I want to cook my food to, to make myself feel like I'm home. So I want to make peas and rice and I want to make, I want to fry plantain. So I go to the shop and I'm like, excuse me, where's the plantain? The what?
Mm.
Plantain. The what? I said, oh,
Yeah.
sorry. The
Sorry.
plantains.
Plantain.
Sir, where are the
Mm-hmm.
plantains? Okay. They be like in the States,
Yeah.
they be like the plantains. I'd be like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the plantains. That's plantain over here. Plantain. Okay. That's what we say. You say it the way that we say it. That
Yeah.
was cool.
Plantain.
All right, let me catch a couple of more comments here. Rain asks if there are dried fruits all right to eat. I have no problem with dried fruit. I always check to see what's in everything now. So like if it's like a lot of like sugar on it, then you might want to back off because then that's adding a lot of the calories.
Mm-hmm.
Refined sugar is something that we want to try and stay away from because
Stay
that's
away
something
from.
that contributes towards
Mm-hmm.
inflammation, diabetes, and all the things that are bad for our health.
Our health. Yes.
Let's see. Oh, Deidre says that she went to an alkaline store and she had a jackfruit burger on spelt bread. Well, look at you, Deidre.
Those are good. Those are good.
Now, I
I
have
haven't,
not tried the jackfruit.
no, I
I
haven't
haven't.
learned how to cook the jackfruit yet, but I've tasted it in other places. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I've not tried it yet. So I'm like, we have a couple of vegan restaurants kind of like popping up in town now. And I tried one for
Okay.
the first time last week. I don't know what they had in that burger. I forgot. I posted it in my stories, but I didn't say it was vegan. I should have because it
Hmm.
looked like a regular burger.
It does.
And yeah, and I was like, what they got in here? Like, I was like, did they put some liquid smoke in here or something? I was like, man, this thing tastes like this came off a grill. I was
Oh
smacking.
man.
The burger was good. So yeah, like they be getting down with cauliflower wings over here, also
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
all sorts of stuff. I'm like, you gonna take cauliflower and make it taste like chicken? Let me see. Let me see.
Yep.
Then they're on Facebook with this Facebook group I'm in, the vegan soul food, and they're like, oh, okay, like they be getting down with oyster mushrooms. I haven't started doing the
Those are
oyster
the
mushroom.
ones. The oyster
Yeah,
mushrooms.
like that, I'm gonna have to see if I can find here in the beautiful
Hmm.
sunny islands of the Bahamas. I'll have to see. Let's see. Cipriana says that she's trying so hard to stop using sugar. It's and I have a sweet tooth, or at least I
Hmm.
had one. And like this year, like since the challenge, it's like, you know what? Because I cut back on the sugar, like now if someone else likes it, say if someone else makes something and I consume it, it's kind of like,
Hmm.
ooh, that's really sweet. Like,
Mm.
like I'm like, how much honey did you put in there? One
Mm.
spoonful. I was like,
Ah.
and meanwhile, prior to, I would put like 2 to 3 times that amount and be like, oh, this tastes good. But
Yeah.
now it's too sweet. But as you start to cut back, I say that to say that as you start to cut back, you're you're not going to miss these things as much. So
No, you
what I
don't.
had
You don't.
advised people to do is just like if you're someone that was putting 2 heaping spoonfuls of sugar in your tea or coffee, cut it back to first 1.5, then cut it back to 1, and you're just not going to miss it as much.
Hmm.
And then when you overdo it, then you're gonna be like, oh man, this is really sweet. You're just as you start to just cut it back, you won't miss it like how you
You
think
won't
you'll
miss it.
miss it.
Mm-mm. You won't
And
miss it
what
at all.
don't be afraid to substitute. Like just
Hmm.
try to get rid of the white sugar. Replace it
Hmm.
with brown sugar,
Brown
coconut sugar.
sugar.
There's so many options now. Like anything that's like white or bleached, like just like
That's what about.
white flour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm about to say too. That's because a lot we were not told that what makes it white is bleach. We weren't told that. Yeah, it's not healthy.
Yeah, it's not. If it didn't start out that way,
Right.
don't yeah. Get it
Yeah.
in its as much of it. When I look for words
In its
like
natural form.
yeah, so look for words like raw,
Hmm.
organic.
Organic.
natural,
Hmm.
in the title, and then you're kind of knowing that you're getting something that isn't overly
That
processed,
isn't overly
right?
processed. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So for sure. Okay. So yeah. So Rain said is encouraging Cipriana here. She says, yes, you won't miss it. Cara over here says that that's so true and that your body adjusts quicker than you think. She's absolutely right. Okay. So yeah, for sure. For sure. Do we have any other questions at this time? Any questions for
No, you have no
Mariano, whether
questions.
this is about his work, his
Thank you, DJ.
lifestyle as a pescatarian? Yes, Deidre is right. Deidre says that this is good. Yes, I hope that you all enjoyed this tonight. Deidre says that she loved the information. I
Thank
sure hope that you
you.
all enjoyed it tonight. Special thanks to my special guest, Mariano Martinez, for coming
Thank
through.
you.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
him so, so much for taking his time out
Likewise.
to come and spend and share with us this evening. Mariano, in the meantime, you can let persons know where all they can find you online. So all of your handles that you want to share on whatever social platforms that you are on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram through the company Instagram, which is at JDove Productions. Again, it's the bird dove. So at JDove Productions. You can also find me on YouTube. Again, JDove Productions. Facebook, JDove Productions. You want to find me directly and my personal brand and everything else that I'm doing. It's at Mariano underscore I underscore am. At Mariano I am.
Awesome, awesome. Kara agrees. She says that this was an awesome session. Thanks as always to
Thank
all of our
you.
guests that have come through, all of those that ride with us every week. For those of you that may be new here, and for anybody that joined late, I am Dr. Felicia, physiotherapist and certified health coach. Of course, you can also find me online if you want to go ahead and give me a follow at Adderley Physio on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. For anybody that may need a little bit more help, if you like this information, then give us a follow. Make sure that we stream like this every week. It's gonna be my effort to have more guests on this year so that other persons can share their perspective,
Perfect.
so that it's not just me talking to you. You're going to get some other perspectives and see some fresh faces in here. So there's going to be a lot more of that this year. Also, we're going to be running lots more challenges. Okay. I think they're a great way for people to get started. It's an easy way to get started. You have a group of people then and there to support you. It's an easy way to work with me if you're kind of on the fence about working with a health coach. It's a good way to get a little introduction to me and to see how I work and to see how I can support you. Okay, so for those that want to work with me one on one, if you kind of want to check it out and get more information, then you can go to bit.ly /your health coach. You can also go to the link in the bio, and then you're going to scroll down and click your health coach, and it's going to take you to some information on that. I'm also always available by DM. Okay, you will always get a response, a personal response from me. Okay, let's see. So the challenge that we have coming up next month is going to be another 3-week challenge. It's called the One Small Change Challenge because one small change is all it takes to get started. Okay, so for sure, if you want to kind of get started with me, stay tuned for more information on that challenge. You know that we also have exercise equipment that's coming. J Dove, I'm trying to get like J Dove Apparel. I'm gonna
Let's
slowly
go.
get
Yes.
there. I'm a little bit. I'm coming. I'm coming slow, but I'm I'm coming. Okay, so
JDoveApparel.com.
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 Check it out,
Yes,
y'all.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
If you
yes.
enjoyed J Dub's presentation, please do give him a follow, okay? So you just got, yeah, give him a follow, support him, buy his products, okay? Buy his
Thank
apparel.
you. Yes.
So these are some of my exercise bands and loops that I've got coming. That's my little small start, okay? So that's a set of exercise resistance loops to kind of help you all get started with the workouts because all of those things are coming. So that's to help you get fit. Okay, we got a lot of things coming. Of course, we've got meal plans that we offer, etc.
Hmm.
Let's see. Cipriana says, "Thank you, Mariano, for the health information." Rain says, "Any
Absolutely.
recipes?" Well, there are recipes available if you click the link in the bio and you go ahead and there's a couple of 5-day meal plans that I've got there that you can download to help and give you some ideas to get started. Of course, if you want anything that's personalized or customized, then you can just reach out to me via DM and then I can set you up where you can have a call with me and I'll get your needs and all of that. And then I can design something that's specific for you, either as a meal plan or as a recipe book. Okay, however you would prefer to have it. Deidre is asking if I'm on NHI. Therapy is not included on NHI as yet, which is our national health insurance, which is relatively new here,
Ah,
Mariano.
okay.
But
Okay.
it's just as far as I know, physicians and I know prescriptions are available, but they have not included therapy as yet, and they probably won't be looking to include health coaching.
Mm,
Uh, they probably won't be looking to include health coaching. I don't know at not at this stage. I wouldn't expect that. So yes, it would be, but a challenge would be a really good way to kind of get your foot in the door with some health coaching, DG, and get a little bit of attention and a little bit of guidance to help and carry you forward. Of course, the full one-on-one health coaching is the best because you're going to get my one-on-one attention. The group you're gonna get you have to share me in a group, okay? But all good options and getting started is better than just not doing anything at all,
anything at
right?
all. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so just start making the change. So kind of listen and look out for those things. Let me see if I have any other end of broadcast announcements. Let's see.
I'm gonna see what I do for the Bahamas. I'm gonna get something
Yeah,
together.
like
I got
yeah,
y'all.
like don't
Got
forget about
y'all.
us, Mariano. Don't
No,
don't
not at
don't
all.
forget about us over
Trust me.
here.
Trust.
Yeah, you could do, let me tell you, the sky's the limit. Um,
Excellent. Excellent.
yeah, the sky's the limit. This is the world. The world is different now, but it's in
Hmm.
some ways better than before.
Yes.
Let's see. PT concierge service is available for anybody that needs home physiotherapy but cannot get out. Again, you could always DM or WhatsApp me about that. Next week, we have another special guest, Leanne Sims, confidence coach. Okay, so don't don't forget to join. You don't want to miss this. Okay. She's another coach. You know, the world is full of coaches these days, but she's a great one. Okay, so she's gonna teach us and tell us some things and share about how to show up as your most confident self in the world,
Confident
right?
self.
So Leanne Sims.
Excellent.
So again, make sure that you follow us, and I hope that you return next week, 7 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place. Thanks again to Mariano for coming. Any parting words to the people, Mariano?
This was great. Bahamas, thank you. Everybody watching, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, anything that you guys want, the planner, it's on this side, right? Yep. Go on to Instagram at Jada Productions and click the link in the bio. Thank
Awesome.
you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yes,
This was
absolutely.
so enjoyable, so enjoyable. This will be available. I'm gonna post it. It's going to be on Facebook and Instagram. I will leave it up for a period of time for anybody that wasn't able to catch it tonight live, so that they can enjoy this information and your personality as
Thank
well.
you. Thank you. Thank
All right. Yes, you're most welcome. All right. So signing off. Okay, this is Dr. Felicia and Mariana Martinez, JW Productions. And over here, Adley Physiotherapy, we're making the world healthier one woman at a time. Thanks for coming and good night.